Okay, we're into the final 60 seconds before we get this heat started. Second heat of the day for groups A and D. The hoot has gone. They know that it's nearly time to get out. You can see the focus. You can feel the tension as we looked down at a few of the cars sat there in the dummy grid, just stretching their neck muscles. It does make me feel tired just watching these lads go around here. Lads and lasses, sorry. There's plenty of both out there. And yeah, they're not exactly comfortable seats out here, solid plastic, but also the G-forces they'll throw through a number of these corners, very, very challenging, but they're getting themselves ready. They don't care, they won't feel anything until the adrenaline stops. They are going to be released onto the circuit any second now. Here we go. It is race number 2 for these drivers, A versus D, as I say. In pole position, Mark Kimber dominated qualifying, did a great performance by a whopping 0.150. So mighty, mighty close. Dirk Seefried alongside him on the front row. Row 2 is Chao Zhou alongside Laszlo Toth. On the third row, Adam Smalley and Sebastian Essner. Row 4, Jean Nomblo and Lucas Donaire. Row 5, Ruben Delsart, and Max Pilker. On the 6th row is Pietro Wisnicki and Joe Phillips. Row 7, Enzo Valent and Pepin Krajefeld. 8th row, Jimmy Hannes and Madeline Radner. And on the 9th and final row, it's Lorenzo Ferrari and Dan Valence. I've got a feeling Valence actually moved up through the grid as the previous race went on, so that could be interesting to see as well. But equally, they tend to go backwards and forwards. They've completed their first of the formation laps, and they're just pushing it. And number 7 there, Mark Kimber, he's in control of the speed. And I was about to say, wonder how far he's going to go fast. And he's already decided to slow it down. Wonder if that's an indication of just how warm it is out there for them. They don't need to get any more heat. They're happy with how their karts are, the tyres, the brakes, everything. And they just decided to get themselves in position. They don't want to be having to slow down even more excessively by the time they exit turn number 10 while they're waiting for the rear of the grid to catch up with them. So it's kind of, it is a game of chess, this one really, knowing when to get everybody grouped up. You see Chao Zhou in kart number 70 right directly behind Mark Kimber. What's he going to be able to do from the inside line? We have seen it. Those on the inside line, even further back, can potentially make up positions. But Dirk Seefried in kart number 60 there you see alongside our pole sitter Kimber. He's going to be desperately trying to make sure that he can get something from the outside. As you watch them come round the corner, heading towards the final corner now, they'll get in the channels and you'll see that those on the outside, the even numbers, will be pushing themselves over as soon as they can, as soon as they dare. And look at it, you see it happening already, trying to slot in, but they're not letting them through, and it is indeed out front. Still, Mark Kimber has managed to do it, and Chao Zhou has indeed managed to follow through and get himself into second position. In third is number 60, which is Dirk Seefried, and then it looks like Adam Smalley's got himself up into fourth position, so he's made up a position, and in fact it looks like he's potentially about to move himself up into third, is he? No, he's not quite managed to do it, so good job there by Dirk Seefried. But no, already he's coming under pressure from Adam Smalley. I thought that Adam Smalley's opportunity had gone, but no, it hadn't. And in fact, number 12's just moved up there. I think it was 12, it might have been 17 actually, Sebastian Essner, just couldn't quite make out the number. So it's 2 by 2 at the front, very Noah's Ark, very thrown in by Mark Kimber there onto the penultimate corner, onto the start-finish line. It is Mark Kimber's turned that pole position into a lead at the moment. Chao Zhou in second position, Adam Smalley, Dirk Seefried, Laszlo Toth, Lucas Donaire, and excuse me, Chao Zhou actually has the fastest lap at this stage. Obviously that's straight from the start, so that doesn't mean too much, but look at that, from 5th backwards, Laszlo Toth, Lucas Donaire, Delsart, Valent, Pilker, Essner, Nomblo, Ferrari, look at that. He has got himself up into 12th position already. We knew there was a chance he was going to do well. Chao Zhou is really putting pressure on our poleman, Mark Kimber, and it is enabling the other two to catch him up. You can see that gap has come down massively. Adam Smalley sat there in second. Remember, Adam won the Winter Cup in Valencia earlier this year, and he's trying to make sure he can turn those performances into points here. And he has to do well in these heats to give him the best chance on the points. But my goodness, kart number 60 there, Dirk Seefried is trying to push up. Kart number 14, Donaire has moved up a few positions, so Lucas Donaire is now up into 5th position. Delsart in 6th, Pilker in 7th. Laszlo Toth and Valent have just dropped back a couple of positions there, 8th and 9th respectively. And rounding out the 10, Sebastian Estner is in 10th position. As we look as they go around Restaurant Corner, it is rapidly becoming or edging its way towards a 4-kart train. Still Noah's Ark 2x2 at the moment. Mark Kimber just managing to hold off Chow Zhou. And then it is Adam Smalley from the probably slightly frustrated Dirk Seefried. He started on the front row, don't forget, in 2nd position. He's sat there in 4th at the moment. Adam Smalley from 5th to 3rd again, and he did pretty much the same earlier today. So Adam Smalley is loving these conditions on this track as they cross the line, and it's Pilker that's lost a couple of positions. Laszlo Toth up to 7th, Valent to 8th, and Estner up to 9th position. But look at this, it has now, as I forecast, it's become a 4-car train as they head down the back straight. They've already completed 3 laps, so at the end of this lap they will have reached half distance, and it has become a 4-car train headed by Mark Kimber in the Strawberry Racing team at the moment. But Chow Zhou is not letting him go at all. Adam Smalley desperately trying to close in, and I think Kimber's going to hope that Chow Zhou is going to be put under so much pressure from these chasing 2 that it could allow him to just pull away. Now remember that he didn't actually have the best of races, or the best of pre-finals should I say, in Genk, and he had to fight his way back up to, I think it was 5th in the final, that leaves him 7th in the championship. So Mark Kimber desperate to convert his form into points here in Italy. You can see it is indeed happening, that Mark Kimber's just pulling himself away at the moment, but from 8th backwards is just constantly changing. At the moment Pilker is in 8th, 9th is Valent, Estner 10th, Williams, Kriveld, Hannes, Ferrari in 14th. So Ferrari's kind of got himself up quite far, but I think he was in 12th at one position. Oh, and we've got a challenge there for 2nd position, and Chow Zhou did lose out. I think that was initially, so I missed a challenge from Seefried somewhere on Smalley. Seefried then made a challenge on Chow Zhou as we caught the tail end there, but Smalley basically saw the gap and went up the inside of both of them, and through comes Kimber with a comfortable lead because of all of that jiggery-pokery there. That means that Adam Smalley, the Brit, is now up in 2nd position. The German Seefried in 3rd. Chow Zhou from China sat in 4th position, but I think Chow Zhou's coming back for more as quickly as possible. Lucas Donaire in 5th. Delsart in number 6. 7th all alone at the moment. Very lonely race now for Laszlo Toth, but considering how back and forth that group behind him was that he was part of, I think he's probably quite glad. Adam Smalley in that 2nd position has not managed to pull away just yet from this group of 3, but Mark Kimber has seen the opportunity and he's taken full advantage of it. The gap last time was already 0.841, and I think it's probably going to be more than that. It's got to be over the 2nd mark this time. Great performance by Mark Kimber. Through he comes, or not quite, 0.971, so not quite a second yet. But Smalley still in 2nd. Seefried, Chow Zhou, that's the 3 that are glued together. And it does look as though the 2 carts behind them that I said were having lonely races are possibly starting to close. That's Lucas Donaire and the number 100 cart, which is Ruben Delsart. Just starting to close in on them as they come through. They will be given the last lap board next time they come through, so they are on their penultimate lap already, just shaking as they get on the brakes heading towards the turn 9, the right hand hairpin, back on the power to the left hand hairpin of turn number 10. Mark Kimber just cantering off into the distance, delighted with this. This is great news for the final heats of these guys that we have a little bit later, because it will be 2 wins apiece if he keeps it up there between him and Axel Charpentier. It's going to be a shootout. Look at this, a challenge for 2nd position and through. What a late move from Dirk Seefried. Absolutely brilliant into that challenge in turn 1. It would have put him on the bumps as he went up the inside into turn number 1, and he did it. He made the move. He made it cleanly. Adam Smalley knew it was too late. He couldn't close the door. As they head into their last lap, he's done it. He's up into that 2nd position, and Adam Smalley needs to be just as worried about Chow Zhou just behind him. Through Restaurant Corner, number 7, into turn 8, the left-hander. They've got the 2 hairpins, and no move being done at that one there, so that's turn 9's been cleared. And Mark Kimber's already through turn number 10. Nobody's making a move there. And is Adam Smalley now sizing him up for a last gas move? He is. He's looking up the inside, and he just got on the brakes to avoid any contact. But through taking a checkered flag goes Mark Kimber. And look at this crossing the line. Absolutely incredible. It stayed as it was. Dirk Seefried, Adam Smalley, Chow Zhou nearly made a move, but didn't quite do it. And Lucas Donaire was right on the back with them then. That was incredible. They were so close as they crossed the line. Absolutely brilliant racing. So great victory for Mark Kimber, making it 2 apiece. Dirk Seefried in second, Adam Smalley in third, Chow Zhou in fourth, Lucas Donaire in fifth, Delsart in sixth. Seventh was the lonely Laszlo Toth, Sebastian Essner in eighth. Ninth was Pilker, 10th Valent, and then it's Valence, Krayefeld, Nomblo, Hannes, Phillips. Ferrari ended up 16th, so started well, just drifted back a little bit, but was really showing that he's able to get up there and fight. Madeline Radney in 17th, and finally was Pietro Wisnicki in that 18th position. 18 starters, 18 finishers, but my goodness, it was one heck of a race.